Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something that a lot of guys either miss completely or misinterpret. When a woman asks you a certain type of question, it's not just small talk. There's a deeper meaning behind it. And trust me, once you understand this, you'll never see these conversations the same way again. So, let me ask you this. Have you ever been talking to a woman and she asks you something that seems a little too personal? Maybe she asks about your dating life, your future plans, or even how you feel about relationships, and you just assume she's being nice? Nah, there's more to it than that. Women don't just randomly ask certain questions unless they have a reason. And that reason? It's usually because she's interested in you. Now, before you go assuming every woman who asks about your weekend is secretly in love with you, let's break it down. Picture this. You're having a normal conversation, and she suddenly asks, "So, are you seeing anyone right now?" It's a simple question, right? But in reality, she's testing the waters. She wants to know if you're available without being too obvious about it. If she wasn't even remotely interested, she wouldn't ask. Or maybe she hits you with, "What do you look for in a girl?" This is a classic. Women don't ask this unless they want to know where they might stand with you. She's gathering intel, trying to figure out if she fits into your ideal type without actually admitting she's into you. Now let's take it up a notch. If a woman ever asks, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" or "Do you want kids someday?" Bro, she's not just curious. She's trying to see if you're on the same page as her, if you have long-term potential. These aren't questions a woman throws around for fun. But here's where guys mess up. Some dudes brush these questions off, give a vague answer, or worse, think she's just making conversation. When a woman asks you these things, she's giving you an opportunity. She's saying, "Hey, I'm interested. Show me if you're worth my time." And the worst thing you can do? Answer in a way that makes it seem like you have zero direction. If she asks what you want in a relationship and you hit her with, "I don't know, I'm just going with the flow," boom, interest lost. Women are attracted to guys who know what they want. Even if you're not looking for something serious, having confidence in your answer is key. Now let's talk about some sneaky ones. Sometimes a woman won't directly ask about your dating life. Instead, she'll say something like, "I bet you have a lot of girls after you." That's not just a throwaway comment. She's watching your reaction. Do you get awkward? Do you deny it completely? Or do you handle it with confidence? The best response? A playful smile, something like, "You think so? What makes you say that?" That keeps the conversation fun and flirty without sounding desperate. And let's not forget, some women will test you. She might say, "I don't usually date guys like you," or "You're probably trouble." That's not her rejecting you. That's her seeing how you handle a little bit of pressure. If you get defensive, you lose points. But if you laugh it off, say something witty or challenge her back, she's going to be way more intrigued. Now, let's flip it. Sometimes, a woman will ask certain things just to see if you're even paying attention. Ever had a woman ask you, "What's my favorite color?" Or, "Do you remember what I said about my family?" Those aren't random. She's testing if you actually listen. Because here's the deal. Women don't just want attraction, they want connection. And if you fail these little tests, she won't call you out on it. She'll just lose interest quietly. So what's the takeaway here? If a woman asks you something personal, something about relationships, your future, or even herself, she's not just making conversation. She's seeing where you stand. If she's asking about your dating life, she's checking if you're available. If she's asking about your ideal type, she's seeing if she fits into it. If she's asking about your future, she's considering if she could be part of it. And if she's testing you with little challenges, she's seeing if you can handle her. So next time you're talking to a woman, don't just hear what she's saying. Understand why she's saying it. Because once you do, you'll never second-guess these moments again. Hey, what's up? Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into something a lot of men miss. Those little questions women ask that seem casual, but actually mean way more than you think. See, women don't just ask random things. If she's asking about your dating life, your future, or even how you feel about relationships, it's not just small talk. There's a reason behind it. And today, I'm going to break it all down for you. Because once you understand this, you'll never see these conversations the same way again. Let's paint a picture here. Imagine you're talking to a woman. Maybe it's someone you've just met. Maybe it's someone you've known for a while. Everything seems normal, but then she asks, "So, are you seeing anyone right now?" Seems innocent, right? Just friendly conversation? Nah, not even close. This is a classic way for women to gauge if you're single without outright admitting she's interested. If she didn't care at all, she wouldn't bother asking. Women don't just casually check a guy's relationship status unless they want to know for a reason. Now, how you respond here is crucial. If you just say nope and leave it at that, you're missing an opportunity. But if you play it cool and add something interesting, like a nope, just waiting for someone who can keep up with me, now you've turned it into something fun and flirty. And that's the key. Women aren't just listening to what you say, they're paying attention to how you say it. Now, let's take it a step further. Say she asks you, "What do you look for in a girl?" This is huge. Women don't ask this unless they're curious about where they might stand with you. She's testing the waters, trying to see if she fits into your type without making it obvious. Now, a lot of guys mess this up by saying something generic like, I don't know. I guess someone nice?" Come on, man, that's not an answer. That's an easy way to make her lose interest. Instead, flip it back on her. Say something like, "Depends. Are you trying to see if you qualify?" Say it with a smirk. Keep it playful. That instantly changes the dynamic. Now, instead of just answering her question, you've put her in a position where she's the one proving herself to you. See the difference? But here's where things get really interesting. Sometimes a woman won't directly ask about your dating life or your type. Instead, she'll throw in little teasing comments like, "I bet you have a lot of girls after you." Or, "You seem like the kind of guy who breaks a lot of hearts." Now, if you hear this and get all awkward saying something like, No, I don't really talk to anyone," boom, interest gone. Women don't want you to deny being attractive to others. They just want to see how you handle the question. So, what's the best move here? Stay confident, keep it light. Say something like, "Well, I try to be responsible with my heartbreaking." Add a little grin, make it playful. Because the truth is, when a woman says something like this, she's already interested. She's just waiting to see if you can play along. Now let's get into some next level stuff. If a woman ever asks, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" Or, "Do you want kids someday?" You need to understand what's really happening here. These aren't random questions. She's screening you. Women are naturally wired to think about the future. They don't just invest their time into any guy. They want to know if you're someone with direction. And this is where a lot of guys mess up. If you answer with, "I don't know, I'm just going with the flow," bad move. You just signaled that you have zero direction. But if you say, "I have big goals. I want to build something meaningful, surround myself with great people, and make the most out of life," now that is attractive. You didn't necessarily say marriage or kids, but you showed that you have a vision, and that's what women want to hear. Now let me hit you with something even more important. Sometimes, women don't ask about you, they ask about themselves. Ever had a woman randomly say, "What's my favorite color?" Or, "Do you remember what I said about my family?" That's not small talk, that's a test. She's checking if you actually pay attention to the little things. And let me tell you, if you fail these tests, she won't argue with you. She won't complain. She'll just quietly lose interest. Because here's the truth. Women don't just want attraction. They want connection. So what's the big takeaway here? If a woman asks you something personal, something about your dating life, your future, or even herself, it's not just casual conversation. It's a sign that she's interested. She's checking to see if you're available. She's testing if you have direction. She's seeing if you listen. And if she throws little challenges your way, she's testing if you can handle her. Now, here's the good news. Once you start recognizing these signs, you'll never miss an opportunity again. You'll know exactly when a woman is showing interest, and you'll know exactly how to respond. So, next time you're talking to a woman, don't just hear her words, understand why she's asking, because once you do, the whole game changes. That's it for today's video, guys. If you found this eye-opening, hit that like button. Drop a comment and let me know. Have you ever had a woman ask you one of these questions? How did you respond? And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. We've got plenty more coming, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. See you in the next one.